a coach, what we hope for is you all to progress as players and as a team. And I think every one of us would raise our hand and say we agree that where we finished versus where we started was a pretty special accomplishment. And I think we owe a lot to Coach Dave, but we also owe a lot to you, Coach, each of you as players. So thanks. Oh, that's not.
Let's come everybody sit down like we were in the locker room.
It was on break time. Oh, there we go.
Hey, someone's sitting on the hat. Hey, guys.
One more time.
So
this time we have pizza, we've been swimming, we have cupcakes.
No. Jackson has the biggest pizza. There we go. Chalk talk, you guys.
Chalk talk, our last chalk talk, boys. Okay, so parents, this is kind of, you guys were waiting in the lobby like, what's taking these guys so long? This is what we do a lot of times after practice. And, the guys kind of learned that, I would speak honestly and sometimes quite frankly to them in different kinds of situations, especially in chalk talks and that kind of stuff. So, don't be shocked sometimes. Okay. So, boys, kind of like what Coach PJ was saying there, at the end of the season, how many times did we talk about playing tough, hard work, playing with pride, playing like champions, right? A lot, didn't we? Okay. And, I've coached a lot of teams, and we've talked about all of those things, and you see them from time to time, but not as consistently as you guys did. And especially at the end where it mattered most, okay? And so, one of our goals as coaches is always to see those things come to the surface when it matters most. That's a true test. When it matters most, can you pull on those things that you guys have been taught? And you know what? You guys did. Think about that Aspen game, the first one. Double overtime, and then double shootout, right? A champion team, did we ever freak out? No. Were we ever panicked? No. Were we ever afraid? No. No. We just kept playing and kept playing smart. We played tough, we played hard. Bam, we were right there, okay? Even against that Vail team, in my mind, I thought those guys were kind of dirty. I thought they were cheap. I thought that they lacked class. Okay, you know what I'm saying? They played hard. They were a good. They had some good hockey players. But you know what? Everybody in that arena after that last game, came up to me and just was like, "Wow, that was a great hockey team. You guys have a really good hockey team." And those things, guys, mattered more to me in the end than winning that hockey game, because that shows your guys' character that we talked about through the season, okay? Showed how hard you guys work, your determination, all of those things. And that's, at the end of the day, that's much more important, because, that Vail team, they won the game, but I could tell by their coach's body language that he knew that they weren't really the better team. Okay, you can win a hockey game, but not be the better team. And at that league tournament, you guys at the end of the season were the best team. Okay? All right, so having said that, guys, I got to go around the room because, every once in a while we go through individually. Okay, Jackson, you kind of started the season, I think you had a few maybe ego hurdles to get over. But guess what? You did. And towards the end of the season, you took leadership of this team, okay? And it showed in the end. You were spectacular. You played your best hockey towards the end of the season, just when we needed to. Okay? How about our goalie, guys?
Yeah.
That's how everybody uses leadership.
Yep. Leadership. Okay, Rhino. Okay, good and steady all season long. We started you off at forward, kind of a little bit shy, not quite sure what was going on out there. Then we put him back at D. We just shook some things up, and I think you found a great spot. So you're going to get, with some more practice, and as you get older, more repetitions and that Okay, all right. But he handled it well. Okay, and he always responded to it. Okay, kind of stepped up, and once he started playing his game and moving his defense really added to our team and kind of to our offense and that stuff, it would kind of get us going. Okay, so how about Jack, guys? All right, Petey. All right, Pete. You know, Pete, at times we called him Nasty Pete. We called him Stay on Your Feet, Pete. Right? We saw Pete just get totally destroyed out there. I don't know how he continued. You guys remember some of those things?
Yeah.
I don't know how you kept playing, Pete, but you did, you know, and that was just a testament to you and your toughness and your desire to play. Pete always came every day ready to compete. There was never ever a question on Pete's work ethic out there. Was there, guys? Always working hard. We always knew what we were going to get. Great, Pete. Great job. All right, Colin. Okay. Kind of had the same syndrome as Jack. Sometimes we weren't quite sure what team he was playing for out there, whether it was our team or the team in the other jersey. But we'd come down to the end of the bench and we'd hammer on Colin, and sure enough, he would respond to it. Colin, you kind of did the same thing. Played a little forward, played a little defense, but I think we kind of saw you kind of settle into a good spot as a defenseman. You know, you keep it up, buddy. You got good feet and good hands. We got to get your head up so you see the game. And Colin's going to be a great defenseman in the years to come. Because also remember, guys, you know, you guys will someday. You guys are going to be the sailor hockey team.
Woo.
You know, if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we got to keep that eye on that too. Well, Colin, another great job this year, buddy. I'm really proud of you. All right, Raleigh. You know, Raleigh started the season, and I'm not quite sure how Raleigh he quite understood me yet at the beginning of the season, because he was kind of quiet. Remember that, Raleigh? You're kind of over there in the corner and didn't say too much. Then at the end of the season, boy, Raleigh's right in the mix of everything. Hey, coach, this, that, the other coach, this, that. So it was really great to see you grow this season, Raleigh, and especially, you know, I think there were a couple of games where we were watching you play, and I look over at Coach PJ, and I'm like, did we just see Raleigh make that move? Did we just see Raleigh do that? Did Raleigh just do that again? So it was a tremendous year for you, Raleigh. It was a real pleasure to see you grow this season, buddy. Great job, Raleigh.
Yeah.
Andrew, buddy. All right, Andrew. Andrew was kind of our, wouldn't you guys kind of say Andrew was our leader, steady leader throughout the whole season?
Yeah.
You know, early on in the year and kind of even through the middle of the season, you know, if we needed a big hit or we needed a big play or somebody to really spark the team, you know, Andrew would go out and he'd make a good hit on a forecheck. He'd score a goal. You know, Andrew, your dad and I kind of had a joke. We call you the fastest slow skater we've ever seen. But Andrew, but I told your dad, I said, yeah, but you know what? Andrew has this ability to ride his edges and really make these really nice, round, sharp cuts that would get you to the open ice and beat defensemen that way and get in there. And the same thing, you'd get down on the goalie and you'd go big edge to the left and then big edge to the right, and then you'd just put it right there in the open net. That was awesome. Okay? So, hey, how about what? Yep. Okay. All right.
He's hiding.
Grant, are you hiding behind that? Are you scared what I'm going to say? You shouldn't be, Grant, because you know why? You played some of the best hockey games I've ever seen you play this season. You really took in a lot. And you know, I remember, Grant, watching you even in the tryouts in the first couple of skates we had when we were talking about working on speed and footwork and really what it meant to really dig hard when we skated. And I can remember Grant coming around the corner one time and his teeth are gritting. Just going in. I knew it was going to be a good season for you, Grant, because you were starting to really get that desire and that field sensation of what it means to really play hard and really go strong. Okay? And quite frankly, the first Vail game we played, yes, that It was unfortunate, Grant, because that was the best hockey game I think I've ever seen you play. You were awesome. Remember that guy?
Yep.
Wrecking guys left and right. Physical. Had a good shot from the point. I think you scored in that game as well. You were making good passes, moving the puck forward, and that stuff. No, but the biggest thing you got to work on, Grant, is when you're on the offensive blue line. What's you need to work on, guys?
Look in the eyes. Oh, I know. Stay inside. Watch your partner. Do not look at the clock. No, don't watch the clock. Don't watch the clock.
Not
don't
watch the clock, Grant. You guys remember that? Some of you guys were on the bench.
I do. Yep. Are you looking at the clock, Grant? The guy just went
Yeah.
He's like, oh gosh, and you're like, are you looking at the eyes of the clock? He's like, the clock.
All right.
Good job, Grant.
All right.
Yeah,
Yes, at least he was honest, that's right. Hey, Silas, that was a good point. And you know, guys, you remember when I'd be like, okay, back on the line.
Yeah.
Silas doesn't decide, thinks he wants to open up properly. Remember that one? Right?
Yeah.
And I asked Silas a question, and you remember what he said? He told me his honest answer.
You said you answered, and then you were like,
You asked him if he was skating his hardest, and he was like, no.
No.
Yeah.
Right?
Actually, he asked me if I was gliding or not.
Yeah.
I said it was.
Yeah, and you said you were. Well, you know what? You didn't glide anymore, Silas. Okay? We're just going to jump here real quick, guys. Okay? But Silas, you know what? You want to know something? Because you answered that properly, and you answered it honestly. You know what? From that day on, you kept getting better and better and better and better. Okay? And I'd say what there were probably two most improved players.
Sam and Silas.
Silas was one of them, right?
Yeah.
You did a great job, Silas. I mean, and towards the end of the season, boy, we counted on you to get in there and play strong on the forecheck and hit people. And then you started catching your passes along the wall, and you did a really good job of like chipping the puck out when we needed you to, and we were able to. You were there for us to count on. That was awesome, Silas. And I think that all started